On YouTube. Yeah, my hair's looking good. What's that? Oh, it's that thing. Man, my hair fell all out in bed last night. Come on, Putzie. Let the cat come in. You know, it's at 6 o'clock. Grand Central Station. I saw a post by, I don't know if it's a therapist or if it's somebody who survived a narcissist and whatever's got advice now, but there was a post on YouTube about it. And it said, you must go no contact with not only the narcissist, but all of the flying monkeys. All! People don't do this. This is why, for years, they struggle, even if they're no contact with the narcissist. Because people they love the narcissist. They tell you all about when they spend time with them. Oh, it's so great. Do you understand the amount of guilt that gets heaped on your head and then, or rage, because you know how bad this person is? Because see, at first, when you're first getting away, you're just like, oh my God, I'm so messed up, I just can't handle pressure. It's me, it's me. No, it's not you. This person was trying to make you insane, and they succeeded to a degree. But you got away. That's great. You're no contact. You still don't believe in yourself or trust yourself, and all these people around you are just like, whatever, whoever the person is, your husband, whatever. And it's just like, well, you know what? You got to go no contact with the flying monkeys, too. I did that once. It was extraordinarily hard because it was my child. It was really fucking terrible. I did it for a while, and then I had to call her. Well, I had to text her because my other daughter went into the hospital. Nothing serious. It could have been. I mean, she passed out randomly somewhere, and they took her to the hospital. And I'm like, man, if I don't tell her sister, I'll be blackballed harder than I already am. It was fucked up. So I'm like, I texted her, and then she's like, oh my God, because I thought she'll just drive over to the hospital and meet her there, you know. It turned out she was in Florida, a whole other state, and I'm just like, God damn it, Bobby, now I got to talk to her. I've never been able to explain to her why I didn't talk to her for a year and a half. I would think that she would know, but it would seem that she's got blocks to it. But it's fine with me. I don't give a shit because we're fine now. But the thing is, I had to cut her. She was recruited, obviously, to say certain things to me. And she did. She would say things to me that she would never say had they not been plugged into her mouth by this monster. And then she even gave me a little story. Let me tell you a little story, and we'll just see if you think this is what you're doing, Mom. And I'm just like, would you? I said, no, that's not what's happening. I'm not talking about it. I'm not doing it. It was just, ugh. Anyway, I realize it's at times impossible, literally impossible at times to cut out flying monkeys because they are your children. Sometimes they're your underage children, and you have them living with you. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't avoid somebody telling you what a piece of shit you are because you won't talk to grandma from your own kid. Get the fuck out of here. You'd be like, well, yeah, you shouldn't let her see her. Really? Well, what if you're divorced and the husband who hated your mother, my ex hated my parents to the core of his being. And when I left him, guess what he did? Ran across state lines, several hours of a drive to spend the weekend with them. And then he says, moments before we walk into the courtroom for the umpteenth time, where he's suing the fuck out of me for no fucking reason to take him away from me, he says, hey, Karen, remember when I saw your parents with the kids? Yeah, your brother was there. My childhood pimp and rapist. I'm sorry, excuse me? What did you just say? I will have you fucking know. I was able to bring it up in court because by that time I had lost my attorney because I couldn't afford it. Well, actually, it's because I slapped him in the head once for very good reason after kidnapping my children and keeping them somewhere. And I went to the house and there was nothing in the windows, nothing in the fucking house. And when I finally caught up with him, I slapped him in the head and his hat flew off. And he said, thank you, Karen. Now I can call the police. I said, have him meet me at my fucking house, bitch. Okay? Just do it. So what kind of person does this? What kind of person takes their children to visit their mother's childhood rapist and then says to her face, hey, guess what? Your rapist bounced our children on his lap this past weekend. Seconds before I'm to go into court and look composed. Guess what, motherfucker? I had taken a half of a beta blocker. Bitch. That's right. Adrenaline that was pumping through my system could no longer land on the adrenaline sites, which is why I didn't fall apart that day, and why you did. Boop! Cut out the flying monkeys whenever possible, and if you cannot, shut them the fuck down when they start talking about that person. If they think, you're so immature, you're so damaged, I can't even mention this person's name. You're so damaged and you're so broken for bringing their name up in front of me after what they fucking did to me. Boop! Shut your pie hole about this freaking lunatic, psychopath, nut job that destroyed everything between us. Shut the fuck up or get out of my life too. Bam! This is also why, and I am terribly sorry, I feel that we straightened it out, but I don't think that I actually went as far as I wanted to go in explaining myself to my friend, but I think she got it. My close friend, who was friends with me and my daughter, was, I don't know, she's kind of a little new agey at times on occasion and whatever, and she just was all about the love. We gotta love each other, man. It's okay. One of these days, everybody's gonna understand. It's gonna be all right. She's trying to be a peacemaker, or she's just trying to hold the place. I'll get over it one day. Well, no, I never got over it, but I grew past it. Does that make sense? And I was able to reach out to her because I didn't talk to her for a long time because she was just hanging out. I was at her house one time and she said, you might want to leave, your daughter's on her way over. It was like getting stabbed. I was just like, I just was like, I know you're so fucked up, you can't even, you just can't accept the way people are. Or, not that she said it that way. She didn't say it rudely at all. She was just riding the fence because she was codependent, was raised by an extreme narcissist father, and she just wanted everybody to love each other. Me too, dude. But there comes a point where you gotta say, no, you cannot fucking act that way. You cannot say these things about me that are so ridiculously, radically untrue and dangerous. What the fuck are you doing, bio mom? What the fuck is wrong with you? So anyway, she finally overplayed her fucking hand with my youngest daughter, who said to her, God, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? You cut a little girl out of your life because you don't like what her mother does? Ugh, you can't explain this away. You cannot do it. Thank you, youngest daughter of mine, for finally telling that. Well, you didn't tell her hard enough. You should freaking tell her to get fucked. Anyway, whatever. I love all my children. I love my friend. We resolved things, as far as I know. I mean, I should talk to her about it one more time. Just to be like, oh, you knew. And she'd be like, yeah, I knew. Because she watched all the psychological videos. She went through another narcissistic relationship since this has occurred, since all these events. So I think we're moving forward as a family. Whoa, can you imagine? I don't think my kids will ever fully believe. I think they'll always have beliefs about me that I did things or said things that never happened. But it doesn't matter to me anymore. I realize we're never going to be like this or live next door to each other. And it's just like, oh, well, I'm sorry that you think that. That's so sad that somebody convinced you to think that about me, because that way it is a buffer between how close we could be. And that was his intention. I kept trying to tell him that the whole time, but his intention is to do this, to prevent the relationship that I always wanted with my mother, with my own kids. How do you not see that? Because he's calm, Mom, and you're upset. That was the fucking answer I got. The truth teller's calm? Are you sure about that? Anyway, good day, YouTube. See if I can't think about singing something else. Let me pretend to be a singer. It's always fun. I've got clothes I got interesting clothes I can wear. Anyway, bye.